One that I look forward to as tomorrow I will be starting another trip around the sun by God's grace, and I thank God for that. But good morning, Uganda. Welcome. It's a Friday GMU. Good morning, Uganda Friday edition. Usually the Friday special one to kickstart your weekend officially as you go to rest, reboot, and take on all the leisure activities that are around you. My name is Julie Nantabamusesi, and I'm with Robert Chirabo Nyonyi Ntono. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Julie. How are you doing? Uncle Bob is very fine, I must say.
Great. That's beautiful. What has made your week?
Well, what has made my week is something that I'm really taking interest day by day.
Right.
It is laughable, though not good at all.
Right.
Now, this is the Balalo issue, more so in northern Uganda. Now, interesting enough, President Museveni had some time back told these people to leave northern Uganda. There was an ultimatum given to them. There were meetings held. Now, yesterday, I think yesterday he issued an executive order, number one, banning and calling for total and immediate evacuation of these people in northern Uganda. But guess what? Under their various organizations, they also seem very persistent to letting the president know that they are going nowhere, letting him know that actually it is very important to investigate. Some are saying if they are leaving, they have to be compensated because they believe in Uganda you cannot tell anyone to leave and you're not going to compensate them. So if you want them to leave, then compensate them and they go because they have invested. Others claim they have bought the land, but when you look at the president's documents, the details, he shows that first and foremost, this is land in northern Uganda. Now, you bought from who? You did really buy it. It's land, then you may have bought it fraudulently. Two, that's the way they are fencing off. You know, you come with a lot of cows, you do your fencing anyhow. People are denied access to their land, people are denied access to water bodies, and also in terms of disease transmission.
Right.
You know, you're moving from one part to another with a lot of cattle, and so you even bring importing diseases so that affect the cows. Then we end up having quarantines, then we end up having meat banned, products banned. So he says in modern day, this can't be a way of doing life. I mean, nomadicism or something like that. Pastoralism, moving here and there. No. In modern day, you have few animals, look after them very properly, they give you better yields. Or you have proper areas, but you can't say we shall move here, move there. Now, that is the drama that it seems these are the people either who have not understood what the president
The law of the land.
the law of the land, because a presidential an executive order is not something you're going to bargain with.
That's true.
It's an order through an history, through the fountain of honor. You know you don't dilly-dally here and there. But also the confidence they have. You can talk, but us, they even threatened that, sir, now this is what you're doing can cause genocide. If you are also told to leave our places, should they are, I'm just a, it is sad, I must say, but also what is the way this is being handled. One time the UPDF there also came out and said we shall, nothing yet. So I'm keeping my fingers very close to monitor and see, like the usual saying here,
Surely, indeed, very interesting story at that, but ultimately Uganda first before any other human being.
But also let's not forget our brothers in Kenya.
Yes.
What they are going through. So another story that has made my week this week. That yesterday, the Interior Cabinet Secretary, the name disturbs me, but I think it's Chupumba Mukonmen, something like that. Now, this gentleman had a press conference and thanked the Kenyan police that amidst extreme provocation, they have managed to refrain themselves from the worst happening. Remember, 6 people so far have been confirmed dead and about 400 seriously injured. Now, what is happening in Nairobi, Kenya is not very good. And now they have termed these protesters as terrorists. I'm still looking for the right definition of terrorists, because they are saying these are terrorists because they have planned to overthrow the government. Now, if I have people who have plans to overthrow a government Are they terrorists? Who is a terrorist? Because they are being called Kenya, this Minister for Interior Affairs called the Kenyan protesters terrorists and also defended the death that have happened. The situation is not yet to normal. I must commend the police in Kenya, because some of the acts I see happening on the police in Kenya, brother, you cannot tamper to do them in Uganda, nor in the US.
Ugandans tried last year.
Not in the US, not even where you think human rights and the right. You can't. Recently, we saw what happened in the United States of America. One of the states, they said, no, you stone a police officer, your parents will meet you in the mortuary. And it was from the US. But
Right. On that note, let's have a look at what is on the local scene.
Well, we begin with President Museveni, who has called for deeper rethinking of how African countries are addressing growing youth unrest. Speaking to senior military officers in Jinja, the president said many uprisings across the continent stem from failure to create meaningful employment opportunities and effectively utilize available resources. Museveni made the remarks while delivering a lecture to senior military officers from across the region at the Senior Command and Staff College in Kimaka, Jinja, where 52 senior officers from Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, and Malawi gathered to hear the president. The president said that youth unrest in Africa is driven more by poverty and frustration than by politics. At the root, he said, is lack of clear, homegrown strategies for wealth creation. There is a growing concern over rising cases of suicide and child abandonment in Bidibidi refugee settlement in Yumbe district. Local leaders blame persistent food shortages as the primary driver behind the crisis. 25-year-old Joseph Tisekera, a refugee in Village 5, lost his wife due to suicide early this year. He arrived in 2016 seeking peace, but things worsened after his family was moved to Category 3, which no longer receives food aid from the World Food Program. He warns that unless urgent humanitarian support is provided, more lives could be lost in these camps. The food crisis has also led to child abandonment. Some parents have fled, leaving children without care or access to school. Farming, the last resort for many, has been crippled by prolonged drought, leaving families helpless. Faith leader in Zone 1, Simon Etiang, says more psychosocial support is needed. Asuku Yasin, Yumbe district speaker, says the local government is limited and depends on partners to support the refugees. World Vision Uganda's national director Jeremiah Nyanga is calling for shift in the partners' intervention to avert humanitarian breakdown. And a number of taxi operators have taken on the streets of Kampala in appreciation of President Museveni's recent directive suspending the automated traffic enforcement system known as the express penalty system, chanting and waving placards. The operators said the march was not only a gesture of gratitude to the president, but also an opportunity to share views on national development and explore ways they can contribute to long-term solutions. The express penalty scheme, introduced to streamline traffic fine enrollment, has come under sharp criticism. The tax operators argue that the system was riddled with errors, imposed exorbitant fees, and was implemented without adequate public awareness. They claim they were being fined for offenses they never committed, calling the system unfair and destructive to their livelihood. The government's decision to suspend the system has been warmly welcomed, with operators calling it a sign that their concerns are being heard. They praised President Museveni for what they called a caring leader, saying his intervention spearheaded and spared them from unjust and excessive penalties. With the president expected in Kampala soon to monitor the parish development model, the taxi operators say they are ready to engage in broader development conversations and reaffirmed their support. Not forgetting that tomorrow he's coming for nomination as the NRM flag bearer, NRM chairperson as well. And that brings us to the end of our local stories.
Right, thank you very much, Robert. And taking a trip into foreign affairs, Pope Leo XIV has lamented what he described as the rise of blunt power over the rules of international law as conflicts rage around the world and global institutions continue to fail to end abuses and war crimes. It's disheartening to see today that the strength of international law and humanitarian law no longer seems binding, replaced by the presumed right to overpower others, the pontiff said in a social media post on Thursday. This is unworthy and shameful for humanity and for the leaders of nations. Leo did not elaborate on his remarks, but his statement comes amid growing calls for ending the Israeli assault on Gaza, which leading rights advocates and United Nations experts have described as a genocide. Israel has faced growing accusations of violating international humanitarian law, a set of rules meant to protect civilians in conflict during its conflict with Palestinians. Backed by the United States, the Israeli military has leveled large parts of Gaza, displaced nearly its entire population, and killed at least 56,156 in the territory, according to health officials. Now, Iran's defense minister has traveled to diplomatic and economic ally China on his first reported trip abroad since a 12-day clash with Israel that briefly dragged the U.S. into a new regional conflict. Aziz Nasirzadeh is one of 9 defense ministers that Chinese state media say attended a gathering of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a China and Russia-led regional security grouping that has grown in prominence as Beijing and Moscow look to build alternative international blocs to those backed by the United States. The 2-day gathering began Wednesday in the Chinese coastal city of Qingdao, a day after a ceasefire between Iran and Israel quelled what had been days of aerial assaults between the two, punctuated by a U.S. strike on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. The SCO gathering coincided with a meeting of NATO leaders at The Hague, where U.S. President Donald Trump said the U.S. would meet with Iran next week about a potential nuclear agreement. Beijing's gathering, part of the events for its rotating SCO chairmanship, spotlighted China's role as a key international player, even as it remained largely on the sidelines of the Israel-Iran conflict, and the importance Tehran places on its relationship with Beijing. Now, coming back to the continent, 29 children were taking their school exams in the Central African Republic have been killed in a crash after a nearby explosion caused panic, a hospital director told the BBC. The blast on the second day of the high school finals on Wednesday occurred at an electricity transformer, said Abo Asaye from Bangui Community Hospital. The noise of the explosion, combined with smoke, caused alarm among the almost 6,000 students sitting the baccalaureate at a school in the capital. Bangui local radio station Ndeke Luka reported. President Faustin Achange Todera has declared a period of national mourning. He also ordered that more than 280 who were wounded in the crash get free treatment in hospital. Students from 5 different schools in the capital had gone to the Lycée Barthélemy Boganda to sit the baccalaureate exam. The Education Ministry said the explosion had happened after power was restored at the electricity transformer located on the ground floor of the main building that had been undergoing repairs. That's intense damage simply caused by electricity. Anyways, moving on to what's in the dailies. Robert, take us away.
Well, in the New Vision, voters' choice, district bosses. Who are those that are preferred? Well, the New Vision has. Then security operatives face probe over forgery. Which security operatives? The stories in the New Vision. And Museveni welcomes ex-opposition youth to NRM. So who is that was welcomed by the president from the opposition? Arts teachers to get pay raise in September this year. Some good news for them there. And Ben Hinn arrives for mega crusade. Well, the man is in Uganda.
He is. He is.
Yeah,
Even Buganda offered parking through the Katikkiro of Buganda. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. We've prayed a lot in Uganda. Maybe we shall have anointing to end corruption from Pastor Ben Hinn. Now, I quickly move to the Daily Monitor. General Mohozi strikes over fake intelligence. Says fake intelligence. Cost of party flag. Well, for those contesting here, National Unity Platform, President free, MP free, Lord Mayor free, Mayor free, Councillors free. No money if you're in the National Unity Platform. So the flag is given free of charge. Okay. Now we go to PPF. Here it is 2.5 for president. MP, you pay 500,000. Lord Mayor 500,000. Mayor 250. Then councillors 10,000. Then aunt. That's president 1 million. MPs 100,000. Lord Mayor. That is 500, Mayor 200, and Councillor NRM. This one is not for that.
Faint-hearted.
President 20 billion.
Billion,
MPs
million.
3 million.
Is it
Sorry, 20 million. 20 million.
Right.
Pardon. Thank you for that correction, Julie. And MP 3 million. Lord Mayor 1.5. Mayor 750. Councillors that is 20,000. Shillings. Now, let's go to UPC. President, 20 million. MPs, 1 million. Lord Mayor, 500,000. Mayors, 500,000. Councillors, 10,000. And FDC, finally, let me end with FDC. 5 million for president, MP, 100,000. Lord Mayor, 50,000, Mayor 20,000, councillors free of charge. But for National Unity Platform, everything is free here. Now, these monies, I think they also show ability for sure. For you, if you're going to become president and you're not paying anything, what assurance do you have you're going to be able to traverse the entire country? What I mean, you're going to traverse the entire country. Ability, you know, money speaks ability.
Right.
Because for campaigns, it is spending, Julie. Now you spend a lot of money.
Now, surely that's a conversation we should delve into some other time. But for now, let's look at what we have in the Citizen. What next as Samia delivers Banj closing speech today? All eyes will today be on President Samia Suluhu Hassan when she delivers the closing address to the 12th National Assembly. That is also widely expected to set the tone for the October general election. And in their 9 sectors to drive Vision 2050, how Africa can ensure resilient growth through trade payment systems. Report Africa's trade outlook bright despite global challenges. And I visited Tanzania, satisfaction tourist. I can rest easy now that I visited Tanzania. Why women-led startups struggle financing. That is in the Citizen. Looking at the Daily Nation in Kenya, tears and losses. Echoes of June 25th, while Makomen defends police for a job well done, traders cry state failed them on security. That is in the Daily Nation. Still in the Daily Nation, back to zero for traders. Business owners wake up to broken premises, looted goods and lost millions. Families' pain and agony, homes, villages thrown into mourning as protest deaths jump to 16. Unprecedented attacks. Rowdy protesters wreck 9 police stations, a court, banks, government offices, etc. And Makomen warns media. Interior CS accuses media houses of fueling protests and threatens shutdowns. Oh, we pray for Kenya. That brings us to the end of what we have in the dailies today. Let's have a short break. It's a Friday, so it's a jam-packed one. Just be ready to stick around because we are going to fill you with a lot of information, content, but above all, one that is inspiring to you, because this is UBC TV. For now, let's enjoy some music from Palazzo Tycoon.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Others claim they have bought the land, but when you look at the president's documents, the detailed, he shows that first and foremost, this is clan land in northern Uganda. Now, you bought from who? You did really buy it. If it's clan land, then you may have bought it fraudulently. 2, that the way they are fencing off. You know, you come with a lot of cows, you do your fencing anyhow. People are denied access to their land, people are denied access to water bodies, and also in terms of disease transmission.
Right.
You know, you're moving from one part to another with a lot of cattle, and so you even bring importing diseases so that affect the cows. Then we end up having quarantines, then we end up having meat banned, products banned. So he says, in the modern day, this can't be a way of doing life. I mean, nomadicism or something like that. Pastoralism, moving here and there. No. In modern day, you have few animals, look after them very properly, they give you better yields. Or you have proper areas, but you can't say we shall move here, move there. Now, that is the drama that it seems these are the people either who have not understood what
the law of the land.
the law of the land, because a presidential, an executive order is not something you're going to bargain with.
That's true.
It's an order through an history, through the fountain of honor. You know, you don't dilly-dally here and there. But also the confidence they have. You can talk, but us, they even threatened that, sir, now this is what you're doing can cause genocide. If you are also told to leave our places, should they are, I'm just it is sad, I must say, but also what is the way this is being handled. One time the UPDF there also came out and said we shall, nothing yet. So I'm keeping my fingers very close to monitor and see, like the usual saying here,
Surely, indeed, very interesting story at that, but ultimately Uganda first before any other human being.
But also let's not forget our brothers in Kenya.
Yes.
What they are going through. So another story that has made my week this week. That yesterday, the Interior Cabinet Secretary, the name disturbs me, but I think it's Chupumba Mukonmen, something like that. Now, this gentleman had a press conference and thanked the Kenyan police that amidst extreme provocation, they have managed to refrain themselves from the worst happening. Remember, 6 people so far have been confirmed dead and about 400 seriously injured. Now, what is happening in Nairobi, Kenya is not very good. And now they have termed these protesters as terrorists. I'm still looking for the right definition of terrorists, because they are saying these are terrorists because they have planned to overthrow the government. Now, if I have people who have plans to overthrow a government, are they terrorists? Who is a terrorist? Because they are being called the Kenya, this Minister for Interior Affairs called the Kenyan protesters terrorists and also defended the death that has happened. But the situation is not yet to normal. I must commend the police in Kenya, because some of the acts I see happening on the police in Kenya, brother, you cannot tamper to do them in Uganda, nor in the US.
Ugandans tried last year.
Not in the US, not even
And,
where you think human rights and the right. You can't. Recently, you saw what happened in the United States of America. One of the states, they said, no, you stone a police officer, your parents will meet you in the mortuary. And it was from the US. But
Right. Right. On that note, let's have a look at what is on the local scene.
Well, we begin with President Museveni, who has called for deeper rethinking of how African countries are addressing growing youth unrest. Speaking to senior military officers in Jinja, the president said many uprisings across the continent stem from failure to create meaningful employment opportunities and effectively utilize available resources. Museveni made the remarks while delivering a lecture to senior military officers from across the region at the Senior Command and Staff College in Kimaka, Jinja, where 52 senior officers from Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, and Malawi gathered to hear the president. The president said that youth unrest in Africa is driven more by poverty and frustration than by politics. At the root, he said, is lack of clear, homegrown strategies for wealth creation. There is a growing concern over rising cases of suicide and child abandonment in Bidibidi refugee settlement in Yumbe district. Local leaders blame persistent food shortages as the primary driver behind the crisis. 25-year-old Joseph Tisekera, a refugee in Village 5, lost his wife due to suicide early this year. He arrived in 2016 seeking peace, but things worsened after his family was moved to Category 3, which no longer receives food aid from the World Food Programme. He warns that unless urgent humanitarian support is provided, more lives could be lost in these camps. The food crisis has also led to child abandonment. Some parents have fled, leaving children without care or access to school. Farming, the last resort for many, has been crippled by prolonged drought, leaving families helpless. Faith leader in Zone 1, Simon Etiang, says more psychosocial support is needed. Asuku Yasin, Yumbe district speaker, says the local government is limited and depends on partners to serve the youth. And I'm humbled to have a young lad with me in studios who happens to be a youth leader as well. And they are organizing something very, very important, that is the National Youth Convention. And this aims at bringing a number of youth together to discuss a couple of issues. Now, join me, welcome Dennis Kabira, who is with me in studios this morning. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Robert. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Robert. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Thank you for the good reception.
How does it feel being a young man in this day and age?
Thank you, Robert, and our viewers, good morning. You know the scriptures say, Robert, and you understand why I'm using the scriptures, because I'm here representing a Christian organization that do not be despised because you are young. So all opportunities come at your young age, because I think the Baganda, our local language here, we say, you have the energy, you have time, you have opportunity. If you use them well, they will impact your next years. And why it's important, it's because we are one of the youngest generation in the world. So it is one of our biggest assets, that we are 77% of the population are young people. So I believe as a young people, as a young person, how it feels is it's not only about being energetic and having opportunities, but it's using your opportunities well.
Using your opportunities well. Now, let's quickly go to the conversion. Now, when we talk about using your opportunities very well, how does this bring in organizing such an event, such a convention?
Yes, Robert, as I told you, we are 77% of us are young people. And over the years, it's now 3 years down the road, we have been having what we termed as the National Youth Convention. And this time, this is the 8th of the kind. So how it comes in, it's because we saw the challenges that the young people are facing, challenges to do with sex and sexuality, challenges to do with media, challenges to do with career choices, challenges to do with goal setting, challenges to do with unemployment. And so we thought that there are challenges that the young people are facing, and they need someone. They need people who are passionate about them to equip them with these ideas and how best they can overcome the challenges they are facing.
Now, who is organizing this? Because when we talk about a convention, it has, and this is the 8th of its time, there it shows that there's someone behind this. And also, if you're at liberty to tell us what is the main purpose, because we can have problems known, but how is this going to be the solution to these problems?
Yes, Robert, this is the 8th of its kind, and we are proudly being organized by the Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity, an organization that was started in 1997 by students at Makerere, which has grown over the years, and right now it joins all people from all the legal fraternity, justice and order, I mean judges, magistrates, lawyers, advocates, and law students. Basically, our aim at Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity is to promote justice, and we do this by providing legal aid services across the country. We do facilitations, we help people get bail, and we teach them about the law. Two, the second organization that we are partnering with is the Uganda Youth Forum. The Uganda Youth Forum was also started in 1997 by the First Lady of the Republic of Uganda, Mama Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni, who is also the Minister of Education. And basically, it started at the peak of the HIV spread, when it was still called SLIM, and there were so many questions on what is HIV, is it witchcraft, and so many people were being affected. So it started to help fight and educate the young people about HIV and how to make better choices. Over the years, after all that has been solved, right now it is also helping us in this decision making and organizing such conventions. Also, Robert, it's key to note that we are being supported, because having such a convention over this time needs some support, and these are non-government organizations and non-profit making organizations, but we are being supported by the government of Uganda through the office of the First Lady. Also, the topic this year, this time round, we are discussing the role of the youth in nation building. How best can the youth help in nation building? And we are drawing the motivation of this from the book of Nehemiah, where he said, let's join hands and build the walls of Jerusalem. So basically, that's what we are looking at.
Well, if you want to be part of the topic of discussion this morning, please, you can send a WhatsApp message or a text message on 0709 60 25 92. 0709 60 25 92. Please do send us a WhatsApp message, and I'll be able to read the message. Be part of the show. We want to have your voices, more so the youths, the leaders of today. Many told me never use the word the leaders of tomorrow, we sleep. But when you say the leaders of today, we wake up and know we have to take on that mantle and benefit from our youthfulness. Now, you've talked about the purpose of this. One who may want to join, because you talked about young lawyers and those in the legal fraternity, who is welcome to the convention?
Yes, thank you, Robert. When I think about the young lawyers, we are not only limited to the young lawyers. It's because I was thinking about Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity. However, even the Uganda Youth Forum welcomes all the young people. Over the years, our focus has been one in Kampala, in the city center, because the 7 that we have had them at State House, Entebbe, State House, Nakasero, Kololo, and last time we were in Chankwan's, the Leadership Institute. So we have basically been focusing here, but our vision, as we were starting the National Youth Convention, as it was being started, the vision was spread around the nation. So as we speak right now, we are going down to Nakasongola district, to Mijera UNESCO school, secondary school, and our target of the people, one is the young people in our definition, 35 years and below, from all surface of life, no matter your profession, no matter your age, no matter your tribe, no matter where you are. And the good news, Robert, is that it is virtual.
Oh.
Yes, it's virtual. You can join us on YouTube, you can join us on all our platforms, on X, from Kanungu to Koboko to Eastern Uganda to Central Uganda. You can join us wherever you are. So we do not have a specific surface that we are looking at.
Now, when you say it's virtual, does it mean that you're going to have a few people in Mijera, then the rest can follow virtually?
Exactly.
So it is open attendance then.
Exactly.
But how does one get the link to know how to connect through?
Yes, thank you, Robert. Also, it's key to note that this time in Nigeria we are focusing more on the secondary school students, because the last 7 we had more the upper youth, those who are at campus and who are in the working class. So let's take our message down to the young people who are still in secondary school. About getting our link, one, we have social media platforms. You know, Robert, one of the most interesting things is one of our topics this time is about media and social media. So we are having on our social media platforms, you can check Uganda Youth Forum on Twitter, Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity on Twitter. We even have a special platform called the National Youth Convention on Twitter. So on all our platforms, the link will be there. However, you can even reach us on our numbers and we can send you the link.
Okay. Now, that said, you're focusing now on secondary, away from university and those that are in the job market. But as a youth leader, how participatory have the youth been in such conventions? Because usually, when you attend a number of conferences, workshops, sometimes the youth attendance is very minor and minimal. Now, when you go to these like music shows, I usually ask myself, these unemployed youth, as they claim the majority to be, where do they get the monies to turn up in huge numbers, dress well, drink a lot in these, spend a lot? You know, when you interview some of them, how much have you spent per this show? Well, traveling, I've spent about 400,000. You're like, in a night. So you're the employed youth. And you're so many, and you're very many. But usually when it comes to things of sense, I'm sorry not to say that the others are not of sense, then you look for them. Sometimes you find us representing you. So what is it that is not turning out well?
Yes, Robert, one, you will realize that one of our topics, as I earlier told you, is a topic of goal setting. The scripture says that a church with no vision perishes. Similarly, a man with no vision will soon perish. That's crystal clear. If you walk life without a clear, focused vision, you will soon fail. So one, the biggest challenge that we the young people are facing is lack of vision. It's lack of focus. You don't know how many people we meet, Robert, and we talk to in these conventions, and why I encourage parents and young people to join. And you meet them and someone is at campus, someone is in senior 5, senior 6, and you're telling them, where do you see yourself? And they don't. Why are you at school? And they are not sure. They are just at school because mom pays school or because dad pays school. However, Robert, two things, where my hope comes from, where all hope is not gone. You know, every man, Robert, has a need. And one of our needs is to be significant. It's a natural need that every woman has something in them that tells them you need to be great, you need to do better, you need to make better decisions. Having said that, we started on a lower number. Per last convention, which that was the 7th in Changwanzi, we had more than 2,000 young people who came together. And it is important, Robert, to note that we do not give transport refund, we do not give data refund, we do not give facilitation. We want someone who has made a decision to be there because they want to be there. So I want to tell you, one, there are young people in this nation who have that zeal, who still want to learn. But two, we are trying to reach out to those, tell them, guys, we need to be focused. This nation belongs to us, and we are the leaders that we need to be. But if we need to be that, we need to take choice and be focused.
Well, very interesting. You need to take choice and be focused as a youth for you to achieve. Now, Omugaga Saurembo, messages are coming in, and he says, problem is the youth don't have jobs in this country. How is that solved? Though the message is in Uganda, but at least I've translated it. Now, for him, he's looking at that as the biggest challenge for the youth, that they're unemployed. So how do you expect them to sit, to take even time, listen, and interest themselves in this?
Thank you, Robert. My brother is saying...
Saulembo.
Saulembo mwanyinazi, ndine chibuzo. Allow me to ask this in Uganda. Now, are they employable? That's the first question we need to ask ourselves. Before we blame anyone, we need to first take personal responsibility. And this is my honest point of view. We as youth, are we also employable? Do we have the skills? Do we have the discipline? Do we have the zeal? Are we focused enough? If after answering that, and it's not in dispute, it can't be in dispute, that there is a problem of unemployment in this nation and the youth are facing. However, also we as the youth, are we employable? Two, after we answer that, last conversion, we realized there are so many opportunities out there being provided by the government, but because of lack of information, the young people do not know about these opportunities. Robert, I'm sure for you know this, but I will give you a case in point. One, here in Uganda, we have just here in Naguru, the industrial technology hub, where young people can go and showcase their talents. The government of Uganda sends money on the parish level through the Myoga and Parish Development Fund to each parish, in this nation. So one, I think, and why I would kindly ask my brother to attend is because there are thousands of opportunities out there, but we do not know about them. And if only we can know about them and take them up. So that's why I encourage you to please think of joining and being part of us.
Well, maybe just a reminder, where is this going to be? When is it beginning? When is it ending?
Yes, Robert and our viewers, this morning, the 8th Virtual National Youth Convention is going to be in Nigeria UNESCO Secondary School, and it's going to begin at 10 a.m., which shall go up to evening around 4 p.m., 4 to 5 p.m., and every young person is invited. Please allow me to take this opportunity to ask every young person out there, to ask our parents, to ask our teachers, to send in our young people to tune in and learn so that we can grow together and develop our country. To answer the question of what is the best role of how young people can take their role in building this nation.
Well, that best answers teacher Ivan from Fort Potro, who wanted to know when and where. So that has been answered. Now, another interesting question is, but of course you respond. He says, hi, Robert and the guest. Thank you for hosting a young man who speaks very fluent issues affecting the youth. But my question is there facilitation and transport refund for us who want to attend but don't have money?
Yes, thank you, my brother.
Very honest opinion.
Yes, thank you, my brother. And I understand you. Because I'm also a young person. I have so many young people around me. I understand the pain of facilitation. I understand the cry of facilitation. However, our target was, one, because of limited funds. Two, our target was people who really want to learn. Our fear was that if we put there a facilitation or if we forward talk about the facilitation more than our message, majority of the young people might come not because of the message, not because they want to learn, but because there is a facilitation. And I think that is a cancer that we as a nation need to address. Because this is not, we are not entering into a business entity, not at all. We are entering into a learning institution. And we wish there would be a facilitation. But I have a question for you, Robert, and our viewers there. How come we get MBs and we get data to watch TikTok from morning to evening? How come when there is a funny video, when there is a video out there that is funny, every young person has it? I'm sure no one pays us to spend the whole day on TikTok. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying the same energy, the same resources, the same time, what if we put it to something where we want to learn?
You've just reminded me, I was interacting with some youths from some university where they called me to have a chat. So I simply told them they were sitting in a class format. I said, kindly everyone put your phone on table. And I was moving through. These young men and women, most of the women had phones that were very expensive. I would see the Z folds, and I asked them, what job do you do? But they had the energy. People had phones 2.5, almost 3 ma. And I asked this, please help me, what do you do? How come you were able to have such a phone? So the energy is the energy I told you when I go, sometimes rarely, when I go out to these music shows, and they are totally, you're in the VIP section, but you're wondering, young men like you, with how they manage to get this. But anyway, let me just have your parting shot.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. To add small on that, I think it's a question of priority. I think it's a question of priority. To our viewers this morning, one, allow me thank UBC and my brother Robert for this opportunity given to us. I bring you greetings from Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity, from Uganda Youth Forum, and the National Youth Convention. We are being supported by the Office of the First Lady, and it's our humble request that if you are passionate about your future, if you think you have a place into your future, if you think have a dot in you that wants to learn, it's our invitation that tomorrow on the 28th, you join us virtually for the 8th National Youth Convention. We shall be talking about media, sex and purity, leadership, soft skills, and finally we shall be talking about goal setting. So please, parents, teachers, encourage your young people. Even on YouTube, once you just put the word National Youth Convention, it will come. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Kabira Dennis, for that time, and I hope you will be with us virtually, or you will be transformed by the messages and the teachings that will be happening. Have the best of your day. Well, now we're going to another interesting discussion with Julie and Afande. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Hello, hamjambo. My name is Twea. Welcome to Swahili with Twea. Let's look at basic greetings in Swahili. Salamu za msingi kwa Kiswahili. Habari. Habari. Hello. Habari gani? Habari gani? How are you? Habari gani rafiki? How are you, friend? Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. I'm fine, my friend. Habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Habari za mchana. Habari za mchana. Good afternoon. Habari za jioni. Habari za jioni. Good evening. And the response to all this is ni nzuri. Ni nzuri, which means I'm fine or it is fine. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Now you have learnt basic greetings in Swahili. Practice this daily. See you next time on Swahili with Twea. Tutaonana tena.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwao.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwao.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Live from UPC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
It's a Friday. Good morning, Uganda. My name is Julie Nantavamusisi, and in this particular moment, we are looking at family stability, but in line with police's perspective. And to do that with me is SSP Jackson Muchunguzi, who is the Child and Family Protection Unit, who is from the Child and Family Protection Department at the police headquarters in Naguru. So to be a part of the conversation, 0709-602-592. It's the WhatsApp number where you can ask your question or share with your opinion with the Afande in studio. Good morning, Afande.
Yeah, good morning, Uganda, indeed, and good morning, Julie. Thank you for honoring I call you Honorable Nantaba.
Hey!
For hosting me.
Interesting.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us and being willing and available to speak into this particular topic as we look at family stability in Uganda. Let's start with the trends. What current trends have you noticed with regarding family stability or even instability in Uganda?
Wow. I first bring to Ugandans greetings from the Inspector General of Police. This is Afanda Basbi Akagaba. And from our Directorate of CPC, this is Police Onomuntu Wablijo, Commissariat, and particularly from our Department of Child and Family Protection, First of all, before I go to trends, I will feel proud to first say, what do we do as a department? So this department was established in 1995, meaning it has been around. And what do? We do fight for the rights of children. Who is a child? A child is a person who is below 18 years. These individuals, they are born without their application. The moment you sleep with somebody, you know that a child will be born. Eh? And when a child is born, he is entitled to majorly 5 basic needs. Basic need of food, basic need of education, basic need of medical health, basic need of clothing, and basic need to be loved by both parents. Because you see, they were not part of your game, and therefore you should always love them. However, some Ugandans have been misusing our department by, you know, misleading police officers to do things that we are not supposed to do. And I want to be clear from the beginning that police generally does not participate in the division of property. There are some police officers you find that they are in participation and division of property. That is not our duty. We don't give custody of children. However much we fight for their rights, we don't give the custody. That is the duty of family court. You must go to court and get a court order to access children in case you are fighting for custody and you know, looking after the child. The police, especially our child and family protection, we don't help couples separate or divorce. There are people who normally come and they say, Afanda, I want us to end from here. Gentlemen, already, when you were calling that woman, you were not at police. So do not come and end your marriage at police. Instead, for us, we fight so hard to reconcile family. We do voice against any form of gender-based violence, as you know them. The physical violence, the psychological violence, the sexual violence, the technology-led. Do you know the latest is technology-led? As you asked me the trend, eh?
Yes.
The technology-led is that people are now, as the world has become a global village, now Ugandans are addicted to technology. You find men on TikTok laughing around at 3 a.m. and you ask yourself, 3 a.m. is the time when you are supposed to produce children. What are you doing on TikTok? Eh? You find men are there asking young girls, or young girls asking men, send me a dinner. So technology is killing us, and we need to fight that thing so seriously. So we are fighting with technology. Technology has taken over marriage.
Surely,
yeah,
indeed,
people are getting spouses online.
Mm.
The one you are seeing,
Online dating.
Online dating. When she reaches here, the original setting is different. Yeah? People make makeups and you saw there is
Filters.
disappointment here and there. So child and family, in particular, we are here to fight for the rights of children. We reconcile and do basic counseling.
All right.
On a daily basis for us, we deal with cases of feelings. As you are chasing criminals, for us, we are there to see that feelings, when they go wrong, we put them corrected.
Together.
So, Koja and Senga get
Koja and Senga in police.
In
And
police.
counselors at the
And
same time.
counselors at the same time, yes.
0709602592. That is the number that you engage. Fande Jackson Muchunguzi has given us a background of the mandate of the CFPD in promoting family stability in Uganda and what they exactly do. They do not help you divorce, they do not help you separate, they do not help you to determine who stays with the child or not, but they help try to mend, try to solve conflicts and try to bring and bridge gaps that are trying to separate, all right? Now, there's a comment that's coming through.
Really?
And good morning. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the morning show and today's topic on. Okay, I don't know if you're still with us in regards to the conversation on family stability, but let me move on because right now we are talking about family stability and ideally in the eyes of the police. Someone just says, "For Afande, this is a true perspective." So how does the Child and Family Protection Department define family stability in the context of its operations as you've explained them?
Good. Thank you very much. For us, we believe that life begins and ends at home. And therefore, when there is peace at home, the community is safe. We define family stability as that union between a mother and father and children and other people when there is peace at home. You know, most people have become heroes outside, but when they are zero at home, you find that they are fighting, they have turned their homes as fighting grounds. It is like US against the Ukraine or Russia. They are fighting people who were once in love. They are exchanging blows as if there is no tomorrow. And therefore, for us, we believe that when there is family stability, then there is what we call community policing and the national development. You know, we need to be so intentional in marriages and families, because east to west, home is it is actually no longer only best, but it is everything. And therefore, you must be a peacekeeper at home. When you are a head of family. Like my desk at Child and Family Protection, I deal with cases that affect men who are suffering from gender-based violence. Whenever I say this, men normally laugh. They say, hey, you mean a woman can beat me?
In fact, as long light on that.
Yes, as long as you are married.
Yes.
And you have a woman in a home, there shall be a conflict. But how do you manage that conflict? And you see, over time, they have been empowering a girl child emancipation, girl child what? And this girl child is empowered against a boy child. So men are being beaten in their homes, and they are dying in silence. So that's why IGP said, no, Michungus, go and help sons of Pharaoh. And they are coming slowly. Whenever if you are there, they are beating you, please get my telephone number. You come and we help you. This one is affecting most men who have been absent, trying to hustle for their children, working in a distance. And now when they are about to retire, they tell you that you are about to retire, you go home. He has been absent at home. They have chased him at workplace. So the two institutions of marriage and workplace are chasing him. Then when a man reaches home, he's a stranger. So he's being welcomed differently. Because the woman has been there with children, for them, they have now a good team. And you see how that is suffering. So, and you see, over time, that man has been accumulating wealth. So now you find that your wealth wants to cause your death. So I normally welcome such men, and we discuss. I normally call it hard talk.
Man to man.
Man to man. And we sit together, we cry together, and discuss those things. You know, one of the greatest musicians said, big boys cry also. So those who are suffering, don't commit suicide. Did you know that we have more widows than widowers in the society? Why? Because men are dying in silence. So it is high time that you come, you use. This department is not for women.
And I'm glad you paint that picture, especially for men, because June is mental health for men. It's a month dedicated to recognizing that men also deal with mental health issues that need to be addressed. So it's important that you talk about it and air it out for men to come. Afande has offered himself. He talks to you. He cries with you. It's okay to cry. And on that point, Afande, also elaborate more cases that you deal with. Aside from what you've just painted, what more family cases have you handled? Yeah,
as I said from the beginning, first of all, the police top management saw it so wise that there is gender-based violence. Gender-based violence doesn't know who is who. It begins at home, and it can affect both a woman and a man. That's why now the top police management saw it so wise that a man is fighting with a woman at home. You go at police, you are welcomed by a woman. You go to court, you are welcomed by a woman. So that's why now they are mixing in men that can I fight with my woman, or my woman can fight me, and I go and I find a fellow man. So we are facing cases of gender-based violence typically, where we find that there is economic violence, people are fighting for money. I'm a graduate and a proponent of ideology that when people marry, even money should marry. Hey, I don't give you my body, I give you my everything, But when it comes to money, you say your money is your money and my money is for the family. That is cheating. You are cheating. You are cheating a man. A man is being cheated. That concept of sentence chikazi should stop. You see, the moment there is no transparency, there is no financial inclusion and accountability, people will always compete. Naturally, people compete. But when you are intentional from the beginning and you say, I earn this much, my wife also earns this much, it reduces expectations. For example, you will not ask me to give you money for saloon worth 1 million when you know I'm earning 500,000.
Right.
It is the one who is sending me that I should go and do armed robbery. So when things are stabilizing at the beginning, then we do much better from perspective of family. Then there is we normally receive complaints of sexual violence. You left your mother and father. The Bible is very clear in Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. You shall grow and leave your mother and father and go and start your own home. A home is not a building. A home is not the fat accounts. A home is joy. One of the intentions of marriage is happiness. Where do you derive happiness? As long as the bed is shaking. Hey, you are an adult. You should come and make the bed shake so that the things go well. For us men, we speak the truth on two grounds. When I have some money in wallet and when I'm having sex, hallelujah. So therefore, do not condition that act. That act is not supposed to be commercially translated or transmitted.
Now let's get into that just a little bit, highlight more.
Yes.
There is what is known as marital rape.
Yeah.
Yes, so how do you handle cases of marital rape? Because as you've said, the bed must shake, but ideally there are also principles that govern that environment to be safe, to be secure, to be emotionally stable for anyone to be well engaged in that area. So how do you define marital rape and how do you handle cases of marital rape?
Globally, intellectually, legally, for that act to happen, there must be consent. And therefore, I normally teach men and I tell them, please avoid marital rape. You know, for it to, sex is psychological. It begins in the head and up to the act. Therefore, it is a duty of a man to entice a woman from the morning if you want to have sex in the evening. And there is a series of things that you can do. You must greet a woman during the day, say, hi, baby, how are you? You get me? You send a message, buy a gift, sweet peps, 100. Yeah, a hanky. But the things of coming and you order as if you are like a soldier on war, or a policeman controlling riot, you start to say remove, right?
Because most men have complained. Most men have complained that they are not being served by their wives, but it comes from that perspective of force.
And I'm telling you, a woman also has a duty to play in this game. As I said, this is not your relative, it's not your cousin, is not your young sister, that police is going to charge you of incest if you willingly give him. Please give the consent. And if you visit my YouTube channel, me and my dear wife, by the way, warm greetings from my dear family, especially my beloved wife, Mharawaba Zagaba, and our beautiful daughters who are watching. We teach on how to contain consent. Yes, when you are in the act, discuss. It's like a parliament. You ask that honorable, how is Uganda? Who is the president of Uganda? How is the GDP? Hey, you give.
Wow.
You ban Masoro.
I was not prepared for you at all. I was not prepared for
you. See, life begins at home. And therefore,
here is a comment from Nelly. Afande, you're doing a tremendous job.
Hallelujah.
I wonder how you ended up in the police, but if you're in the class, students would be scoring 100% only. Anyways, let's move forward. What interventions does CFPD provide for families experiencing instabilities in their homes?
That is what we do on a daily basis. For example, our offices countrywide, every district that you go, you will find a department of child and family protection. And they do a duplication of what I said above, rights of children, basic counseling. Eh? Do you know that most marriages are breaking because of simple things? For example, ego. Men are born egoistic, and therefore they feel they should be respected here and there. Pride.
They don't know how to handle
Pride
it.
has done more harm than good that we cannot believe. Especially my brothers from Western Uganda. Chigezi. That I speak once and a woman should keep quiet.
Oh,
no,
wow.
You didn't marry a slave. Marriage should not be a direct translation to slavery. So we normally teach people the basics of marriage. Some people, by the way, get married because of circumstance. He saw Nyash and got married. He somewhere following the family background. You went to look for a wife, you found a knife. You went to look for a dad, you found a dude. Eh? Do you know we have sperm donors? Men who impregnate and run away. Although, if you are there donating sperm anyhow, we shall arrest you. Be responsible for those children.
Speaking of which, what exactly do you do for sperm donors?
Sperm donors.
When you arrest them, what happens?
No, we actually deal with family court. Eh? And then family court gives them court orders. Then we come at police headquarters with child and family protection, with the help of welfare personnel, and then probation officer. We take them to court. Failure to provide is criminal. When you read this Children's Act, this one, it explains all the crimes that you commit when you produce and neglect a child. And therefore, parenting is a 50-50%. It is not written anywhere that, for example, you, Honorable Nantaba, if you produce with me, that you cannot pay school fees for that child. School fees is not written there that this is money from a woman or a man. So when you join hands and then you do that, you provide the basic needs, you can be a great parent. The greatest gift that you can give a parent in life is your presence. Go and be present in lives of those children, so that when you grow old, they will be there for you.
They'll be present for
they
you.
will also be absent when you are absent. I pity men who have abandoned their families, and you find that women are doing everything on your behalf. There is a big case that you will answer before God because you neglected your family.
All right, Afande.
Yes.
Now, how do you, looking at now the external forces outside of police, how do you involve the parents directly and guardians to sensitize them about family stability? How do you involve the community, church, religious institutions, schools, all these places that have children all together? How do you engage them to improve family stability in Uganda?
One of our functions that we do as the child and family protection is liaising with other stakeholders that fight for family stability function. We liaise with one of the greatest allies is the family court. Every court in Uganda has a department called Family and Children Affairs. The way you walk to police, you go there, there is a judge who is responsible for family matters. And they have helped us on many occasions. Then we normally refer to LOC, to church. For example, you see, there are different types of marriage that we defend. And when you come at police headquarters, at police child and family protection, we normally ask, what type of relationship are you in? Are you a girlfriend or married? And therefore, for you to be considered married, you must have gone to church, you must have gone to DC, government. You must have gone to mosque, that is religion. Okchara, traditional marriage. But you may find that somebody had never done either of the above and has been married for 50 years. You are a girlfriend in that marriage. You are just a villager, a visitor, not a villager, but a visitor. You are visiting in that marriage, and therefore, you are not entitled for anything. Therefore, when that man is getting what he loves best, I normally advise women, when you see a man is very happy, trick him to go and wed you. You can go for mass wedding. You can go to DC. Because the definition of marriage is there a person to supervise? Is there a ring, consent of parents? Period. But some Ugandans love to do expensive weddings. No way. You don't need millions of money to legalize your marriage. You can even now go to this Uganda Bureau of URSB. You register your marriage officially, and then now you take over. Because at times we also come you find somebody has been a girlfriend, a boyfriend. So go and legalize your marriage so that when authorities are coming to help you, they find you who you are.
They have where to stand.
Yes, the other day we found a 50-year-old married woman has been married for 50 years, produced children, but had never been introduced, not known anywhere. Instead, her children are the ones who have wedded. Imagine your children have got wedded for you when you are just there buying time, or in the name of respecting a man. A man is a lion in the family, but it is you to tame that woman, that man, that lion. How do you do it? By being submissive. We have got now women who are not submissive. They want to take over the duties of a man. You cannot do that. You need to keep, being kind and, understanding all this. We also, I wanted to emphasize the challenge the cases that we normally deal with, psychological violence. Now, women are very tricky. When she sees that she cannot fight with you, she will psychologically torture you. You reach at home, she has planned with children, then they start to play some songs. When they are even pointing mouse on you, military police has come.
You even have nicknames.
They even give you nicknames.
Let me read a couple of our comments that
Yes.
We have received, and this is in the interest of time as we near the end. Hi, Julie, long time. Hey, this is Arthur, your OB from Gombe SS. Interesting. Well done, moderating the discussion with Afande Jackson. Please pass on my appreciation for the elaborate discussion. Kindly ask him to elaborate what is expected or responsibility of a man in case they have a child out of wedlock. Some say it should be paying for everything and anything. What is the minimum responsibility mandated in such a case?
Wonderful. That's a good one. By the way, out of wedlock, first of all, first go and confirm whether that is your child. Because you see, out of wedlock, it means you were on home and away. And usually sports, men who have sports, when you are home and away, at times you score badly. So
when
first,
you are away.
because you are cheating, you are under pressure. You know, anything you eat in darkness is not always perfect. So first to go and test that child. When you find the child is yours, engage your wife. See, you see, the Bible is very clear. A woman is a helper. You see, even when Adam was lonely, God created Eve. And Eve is a permanent secretary when Adam is the honorable minister, policy maker here. So engage your helper. Say, by the way, madam, as we are here discussing, there is a child outside. So I was requesting that you allow, we bring home. But you should be able to explain the circumstances of how you got that. Because some men have also now taken it for granted that if they welcome the first one, I should go for second one, third one. And that is the beginning of what?
Chaos.
Of chaos in the home. In life and out of experience, I've learned this. There is no one who wants to share feelings. Even, by the way, our sisters in Islamic world, it's because it is a law. But if you come one-on-one with them, nobody wants to share that thing. There is jealousy out of it.
All right.
Yet we can say you can invest a lot in it. You get one, put the virungo, you put arc of fire, you keep making it there. Since you are not a pornography star, kindly go and concentrate in one thing. You will not finish all these women. So if you have produced a child outside, engage your spouse on how to bring that child. If the spouse is going to be hostile, it is your duty, regardless of how a child is born, to be looked after. Extend help to the other mother, because we don't want that child to grow alone. Yes.
Indeed. Another question that comes through, or comment. Good morning, UBC. Thank you for the show. Afande, you should shake my hand. Afande, what you're telling us is what people are going through.
Yeah.
I remember I met my baby mama through social media.
Yeah.
Thanks for the show. We are picking a leaf. Blessings, greetings to brother Afande. I'm Asasira Ruth. And my brother, I thank you for what you're telling us in our family. This is Maxwell Amolata. Good morning, Afande Jackson. If all police officers talk the same way, Uganda would be okay. But I have a question. What do you do to most of police who involve themselves on family issues like divorce?
That is illegal. That is very bad. We have, you know, policing and security forces. There is always one person above. As I'm here, I have a supervisor. A supervisor has also a supervisor.
That's true.
So if things fail at me, you go to my supervisor. If things fail to my supervisor, you go until you reach IGP. If the IGP fails, then you also go to other supervisors of IGP,
yes.
minister, until you reach the president. If things fail at the president, you petition to God. But you know, a problem cannot fail from Muchungus. Or a person below me up to that level.
Right.
So we need to, then we can go to court. Then there is a unit of police called PSU, Professional Standard Unit. If you have a police officer who is, you know, entering into affairs of your family, dividing property,
Yes.
giving out children illegally, you find they are dividing property, as I said, or they are encouraging a woman to divorce. That is not our duty. Because you see, for us, we believe that the more people are united in a family, the better for us. A country develops according to the family stability.
Right.
By the way, one's upbringing, okay, influences on how one can commit a crime. I encourage men who are watching us, especially single people who are not yet married. The type of a woman you are going to marry determines your success or failure and how you will be. Therefore, you need to be careful. You need to encourage to do some extra search. You see what is the character of this person. What is his upbringing? Even you single ladies, if you meet a man and he says, I fear nothing, please don't give in. That man will be a problem. Or you find that somebody has divorced 10 times and you think you will manage that wild animal. He will eat you. So marriage is like that.
Afande, we are coming to the close of this conversation. I hope we get an opportunity to have you for even a longer time. I hope the producers have received that memo. But you did talk about you being reached out to in case men are suffering. What number can they reach out to?
Wonderful. Police, we have, you know, we work with the Ministry of Gender and Labor, this one of Honorable Baram Barugari. And we have a department which has Sauti. This is for free. If you call 611, even right now, and you report any case of gender-based violence, they will help you. Then personally, I'm on 0701 400 668. If you are there suffering gender-based violence, you don't know what you are in. If you are about to commit crime, if you are about to commit suicide, please first engage me. Then I encourage others to go and visit my YouTube channel.
What's your YouTube channel?
Afande Jackson Mchungus.
Right.
Me and my dear wife, we discuss issues that affect the hearts.
Right.
We go together. We are not motivational speakers, but we are good citizens who are good ambassadors of God.
Yes.
We speak art so that we can have family stability.
And that wraps it up for this conversation. We shall definitely have Afande Mchunguzi back in studio to talk more to us because he is so inspiring. And we thank you for being such a nation builder for Uganda. That is very pertinent.
Salute to Ugandans
who
pay for us taxes.
All right.
God bless you.
Good morning, Uganda.
Amen. Yeah.
Live from UPC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story Every story and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, hamjambo. My name is Twea. Welcome to Swahili with Twea. Let's look at basic greetings in Swahili. Salamu za msingi kwa Kiswahili. Habari. Habari. Hello. Habari gani? Habari gani? How are you? Habari gani rafiki? How are you friend? Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. I'm fine, my friend. Habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Habari za mchana. Habari za mchana. Good afternoon. Habari za jioni. Habari za jioni. Good evening. And the response to all this is ni nzuri. Ni nzuri. Which means I'm fine or it is fine. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Now you have learnt basic greetings in Swahili. Practice this daily. See you next time on Swahili with Twea. Tutaonana tena.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Once again, good morning, Uganda, and welcome back from that conversation with Afande. I was not prepared at all for Afande. He really took me off the cliff and flipped me, cracking my ribs left, right, and center. But good morning, in case you missed that conversation. Oh, well, sad. But this is what we always do, especially every Friday. Friday is lighter, but one that still focuses on the goal of inspiring you, because you are watching UBC TV, here to inspire you. My name is Julie Nantabamsisi. As you have to be part of the conversations, 0709 602 it's the WhatsApp number, and it is displayed on your screen as well for you to be able to engage. Now, in studio with me is the president-elect of the Rotaract Club of Ntinda, and that is Murungi Isaac. Pardon me, Father Muchunguzi is still on my mind. But Murungi Isaac is one we are with today as we speak into his presidential installation and his journey as a Rotaractor. So if you're a Rotaractor, if you are in this place of purpose, this is your time to be on the show. And if you have questions as well, please engage the number on your screen that I've read. That is the WhatsApp number, and ask your questions away. Good morning, Isaac.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So
I'm glad to be here.
amazing. How do you feel as the president-elect of the Rotaract Club of Ntinda?
Thank you very much. It comes a lot with mixed feelings, if I may say, because leadership comes with responsibilities. That's true. But again, I would say I'm very excited and happy, and I'm again looking forward to having a good year, 2025, 2026. Yes.
Let's start from the beginning. What has your Rotary journey or Rotaract journey been? How did it start?
Okay, yeah, so my Rotaract journey started from a one friend of mine called Nakato, Patricia Mary, and I saw her flyers. She was attending the Rotary Club of Luvowa, and I asked her, like, what do you guys really do as Rotaractors and Rotarians? So she told me a brief and a few things. So, and I found myself loving Rotary because they give back to community. Basically, that was my ideal reason as to why I joined Rotaract, because I have a heart of giving back to the community.
Right. Yeah. And along the journey, how did you take on your leadership skills up to this point of being the president-elect?
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much once again. What I would say, from 2022, I was selected, and they told me that I'll be the treasurer of the mighty club of Ntinda. And through 2022-2023, I was the treasurer. 2023-2024, same position, and up to 2024-2025. So I think having the background of accounts with me, I think they saw that I did a good job, and they maintained me as the treasurer of the club up to today, that I'm going to be the president of the club.
What's your vision in your tenure? Okay,
thank you. So in my tenure, I'm looking forward to working with children who are autistic.
Right.
And I'm also looking at working with children who are blind. So purposely, we are going to, in the first phase of my year, I want to concentrate on the project in Bukoto Muslim School, just after VCC in Ntinda. So that is what we want to basically start with. And we call upon everyone who has a heart of giving back to the community to reach out to us and to come through on the installation day. We'll share the entire plan that we'll be having. So the major thing that I want to consider is to make sure that the autistic children and the blind children are helped throughout my year.
Yeah. Why did you choose to focus on blind children and autistic children?
Okay, we were approached by one of our board members, that is Isabella, and she told us that these children are suffering. They are lacking basic needs.
Right.
So we will make a fundraiser on the 2nd of July and help them out, and solicit money to give them. So, and another thing, we realized they lack walking sticks, the sticks to help them to walk during preps and all that. Also, when you visit their dormitories, they're not in good shape. Yeah, so we'll be doing that, and we'll also be reaching out to different baby homes mentioning Nsambia Babies Home is one of the kind that we want to put on board. We also want to work with Culinary SS and a couple of them as the year unfolds, because we have different 7 sectors that we look at in Rotary.
Right.
Yes.
What does it mean to be a Rotaractor?
Oh, well, being a Rotaractor, it depends on what really brought you into Rotaract.
Right.
Yes, so Rotaract is like a family. Rotaract is where you find people who have who come from different backgrounds, who have different professionals, and we come together for the good of helping and giving back to community. We serve the nation and the country. So basically, that is it.
Right. So let's look at your presidential installation. First and foremost, when is it happening?
Well, that is the most exciting part of it.
Right.
Yeah, so my installation is going to be on the 2nd of July. That is this coming Wednesday. And I'm calling upon every one of you guys, whoever is watching us right now, to come through and celebrate with us at Nobby Hotel in Ntinda. And it is an event packed full with fun. We're going to have fun, we're going to eat, we're going to enjoy ourselves till the following day on Thursday. So I'm really excited and looking forward to having all of you at Nobby Hotel, and please reach out to us and book your ticket right now if you haven't.
Right. What does it take to book a ticket?
Okay, well, my number is 0756 863 875. So you can make your payment and I'll receive the money on mobile money.
Right.
And we also have our treasurer's number as well, and I'll be sharing it with you in a couple of minutes. Yeah.
All right. So, and you should actually use the opportunity to share it now.
Okay.
The treasurer's number, so that we are able to get in touch and buy the ticket. How much is the ticket again?
A ticket goes for 25,000 and 50,000 for Rotarians, and 25 for guests and Rotaractors.
Okay.
Yes.
So have you got the treasurer's number?
Yes, please. We can
Right.
go ahead. So the treasurer's number is 0704
Right.
363 734.
And what is the name of the treasurer?
The name is Allen Biona, who happens to be our current president.
Oh,
yes,
great.
yes. Yeah.
Great, amazing. Looking for, when is the event again? Next week?
Yes.
Wednesday, which will be 2nd July.
Yes.
So to all Rotaractors, and if you want to join, I think this is also an opportunity for someone who wants to join the Rotaract fraternity.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have a heart of helping and serving the community and building our country, you can feel free to join the Rotary Club of Ntinda. Of course, I'll talk about my club. Yes, and Rotary Ntinda as well. Yeah, so feel free to come through and join us. It's a matter of coming for fellowships and also making sure you pay your dues in time. Dues, I mean money.
Right.
And subscription fee, which goes for a year, the entire year. You pay once and that is it. And we reach out to different people across the world.
Right.
Yes.
From what I see on the flyers, it looks like there's more that you have to tell us. It looks like there's going to be band.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
Yes,
Tell us
yes.
more of what the content is for the night.
Yes, so the content is, the night is going to be a night of glamour and fun. So you can see we shall have Icon on sax, who is going to be our main entertainer. And we're also going to have a distinguished Rotarians from District 9214, who is going to be our guest of honor as well. And the dress code is elegant. Yeah, it being on Wednesday, you'll be coming from work, you just freshen up and come and join us. We celebrate. To those who want to have fun. All the fun is going to be on that money on the flyer.
Right.
Yes, so we also call upon you to join us as well, to celebrate with us on that milestone. It is a 27th installation.
Yes.
And with that, it shows that our club has been in existence for long, and we are really excited for this day.
And there's trust in there. Longevity garners trust.
Yes.
All right,
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Murunji Isaac. He is the president-elect of the Rotaract Club of Ntinda, and his installation is on Wednesday, which is the 2nd of July. One day to look forward to as he starts his purpose, as he gets initiated and is given the mantle to serve the nation of Uganda and the Rotaract Fraternity 2025-2026. Your parting shots?
Yes, thank you very much for having me this morning. And my parting shots, I would say, guys, come through and support us. And I'd also like to send a shout out.
Right.
Yes, first of all, I send a shout out to all Rotaractors and Rotarians in District 9213 and all the Unity presidents. I'd also like to send a shout out to my lovely wife, Irene. And also I would like to send a shout out to my workmates. I love you all, guys, and call upon you to come through and support us come 2nd July. Thank you very much.
Right, 2nd July it is. Thank you very much for watching UBC TV. Good Morning Uganda does continue, so stick around.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Okwongera okuyiga ebikwata ku musolo n'okubisembereza abagusasula. Bannayuganda bangi balina ebibuuzo ebikwata ku musolo gwe basasula eri ekitongole ekiwooza KRA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear kitenge at 10,000.
Alikuwa fika kwa mwingine URA na kurespect lazima mzee tuongee. Munaongea. Akuna fika kwa nyingine na kamata faili yako naweka kwa drawer na
okutegeera obukulu bw'okusasula omusolo busobola okuyamba okuzza bizinesi yo n'okwewala okufiirizibwanga. Kati osobola okufuna okuddibwamu obutereevu. Sindika ebibuuzo ebikwata ku musolo ng'oweereza obubaka bw'obutereevu ne WhatsApp ku nnamba y'essimu 0790-14-18-87 olwo ofuna okuddibwamu okuva wa Kamisona General URA John Musinguzi. Laba amawulire gaffe UBC leero buli lwa bbalaza n'olwokusatu ofune okunnyonnyola okulambulukufu okuva ew'omukenkufu. Buuza Kamisona.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by.
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby,
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Youth workers on your wallet. Bobby, again, what's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Hello, hamjambo. My name is Toya. Welcome to Swahili with Toya. Let's look at basic greetings in Swahili. Salamu za msingi kwa Kiswahili. Habari. Habari. Hello. Habari gani? Habari gani? How are you? Habari gani rafiki? How are you, friend? Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. Ni nzuri rafiki yangu. I'm fine, my friend. Habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Habari za mchana. Habari za mchana. Good afternoon. Habari za jioni. Habari za jioni. Good evening. And the response to all this is ni nzuri. Ni nzuri, which means I'm fine or it is fine. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Now you have learnt basic greetings in Swahili. Practice this daily. See you next time on Swahili with Toya. Tutaonana tena.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Our program of poverty eradication is a must. We want everybody to be involved.
Through the parish development model,
Ugandans are starting small but impactful projects to improve their livelihoods.
When we give 1 million, we know it's not enough to do many things, but it's a starting point.
I'm a PDM beneficiary, a farmer. Your Excellency, I was given 1 million Uganda shillings from Kobil Kawo PDM Sacco. Your Excellency, I got 20 bunches from my small piece of land sold, got 400,000, put in the PDM farm, Your Excellency, in the PDM money, Your Excellency, I bought a cow of 1,400,000.
In 1 year, 100 families in the parish you get. In 5 years, 500 families would have got.
We were the first people to receive money from Nakaprepret. I received $1 million. I rented 4 acres of land and I was able to harvest 14 bags.
So really this 1 million is enabling somebody to start something. Yes, and we don't want to give too much money to one person because we have got very many people to cover.
The parish development model empowers the people, focusing on lifting up the masses and creating opportunities that ensure prosperity for all. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
The circle started 5 years back with 15 members who were part of the executive, and we managed to use the same 15 members to mobilize the youth and come in to make the 16 associations. So each member took a thought of gathering, mobilizing the 15 people to make associations. So the circle was established. We happened to have 229 members that qualified for 30 millions, which we got in 2021. We used the 30 millions from the presidential initiative to buy the 6 motorcycles, which was a small number to benefit the 229 members, but we managed to use it. The 6 border helped us to go under saving culture. We managed to group our members into 15-15 for saving culture. So the saving culture is 15 groups. They could get 12,000 per day, which 12,000 at the end of the month manages to buy 1 motorcycle. That 1 motorcycle is shared among the 15, so they vote who to take it. The 15 kept on until the 15 months. Every member had to get 1 motorcycle with saving culture. As I say, we managed to get 84 motorcycles from today's report. On daily, a rider, you move Kawempe, Nakawaru, Makinde, Kampala Metropolitan, and at the end of the day, you have 50,000. That one, we call it average day. There is a time you make 100, that is, we call it the golden day. So most of our members came without anything to use or to support their family. So we helped them by giving them the border as one of the job opportunity the circle is offering to the community.
Tuso kwebaza President Museveni olw'enkola eno gyatutereddewo otukulaakulanya nga najja wano mu Sako eno nga sirina piki era ndi omu ku bammemba abaasooka okufuna lupiki. Kati abavubuka abali beteesobola kugula piki.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
I'm that girl from the north, yeah. Beat to sound on my beat. Ande nilo chenja poro jara, no icharo kagamo motara. Yeko ya machare kivunyuni, chalengi pe kwere pikwere. Wacha hey maroko pa mono ni bien lujuru makanyi pe mate. So let us go to the club and have some fun. Now in the club, I'm sipping some Hennessy, but I can take my eyes off you. No chawa, Tony Adama, wearing any amorotama. Miteri lelo iganga, koni don't put correct. You should know that my bedroom, inside my bed. Let's have a little chat, yeah. In my bedroom, inside my bed. Let's have a little chat. I'm speaking in tongues. She get it, boy, you're my boo. Now I'm so hot, you got me in the mood, baby. Turn up the lights. Ooh, no chawa, Tony Adama, wearing it. Where can you think Mama Bino Pede? Mama Bino Pede. Where can you think Mama Bino Pede? Auda, Ayuda, Sina Biko, you do. Abiko, I will. Chawa, Tony Adama, wearing any Amorotama. Miteri Lelo Iganga. Don't put correct. You should know that my bedroom, inside my bed. Let's have a little chat, yeah. In my bedroom, inside my bed. Let's have a little.
Hey, that is Akisa for you. Now, fun fact, when she introduced me to that particular song that's been playing, it was acoustic and it was smooth and slow, and for me it landed like that. So listening to it in a faster version with a higher tempo, it feels so different yet still beautiful. She's such an artist. And I'm with her in studio. Akisa is back to bless us with her amazing talent. Good morning, Akisa. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for hosting me again.
It's so good to see you again.
Good to see you
How
too.
have you been?
I've been fine. I've been, running, chasing, and yeah, it's been busy for me though.
Can imagine.
But yeah, fun.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Passion comes with that. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
I remember the last time I was here, I was premiering the audio of Wekanyuti, but now I have a video out.
Yes.
And I'm so excited.
Amazing.
My first video, and the fact that it's really blowing up, like people really watched it, and it has pushed me to another level.
Amazing.
I'm really excited.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing. So for someone, let's just take it a little bit back. For someone who was not watching the show at that time, would want to know, who is Akisa?
Well, Akisa is an artist from the north. More people know me like as girl from the north. People used to know me more for singing R&B kind of music, but I'm an artist. I do almost every kind of music, any genre. So yeah, I'm a naturally, I hail from the north, and well, music is a universal language, so it cuts across, and I'm just trying my best out here. If you still don't know Akisa, just go and look up Akisa.
Right.
Yeah.
And you come from northern Uganda.
Yes.
what inspires you to sing in your language? Because even the song that we've just enjoyed is in your language, and interesting enough, it's even hard to tell that she's singing in her language. It feels like it's your language, but with a lot of English in there. It's very modernized.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard to tell unless someone has such a keen ear. What inspires you to take that route of your art?
Well, first of all, the reason as to why I put in my language, it all begins from home. It doesn't really make sense when let's say I blow up internationally, but people don't know where I come from. So the roots are very important.
Right.
That's why I put in my Acholi, so that people home know, oh, this is our girl and she's representing us. Although my people also say I sound a little bit modernized, I get your point of saying, oh, sometimes you can barely tell if I'm really singing in my language or not. But well, yeah, that's my kind of music. We have a set that side where we say there's Acholi A and Acholi B. So when people say Acholi A, are for the ones who speak like Kong, Acholi.
Yeah.
My Acholi is not so clear, but I try to work it out for my people to get represented with that language. So it's not all about singing English. I really want my roots known though. So that's why I really, and I just feel like my language feels good. It sounds good.
Right.
Listening to our big artists like the Geoffrey Oriema, he sang completely in Acholi, yet he still, you know, stole the hearts of the whites.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter. As long as what you're communicating is right, and people just have to feel it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Thus far you've come. How long have you been doing music?
I started I've been in live band music like for years, like 7 years before I started my solo journey. I started recording last year in February, and I'm just a year old and some months in the industry, like as a solo artist, a recording artist. Yeah. Yes.
And what market have you noticed you take up? Who are your consumers so far? What have you noticed in the trend of your consumers?
Actually, when you check like the airways, like the streaming, the age is mostly ranges from 18 to 27 there, 26. But I've just started. I know at the moment, because I'm still young and I kind of connect to the youth easily, because we're in the same, you know.
You speak the same language.
Exactly. So I know with time, there are actually people who are older than me, like the 30s, they still connect to my music because it's basically stories. Like, I'm a storyteller in all my songs. So whether you're old or young, you can actually just get the story, you can feel it, but I connect so well with the youth.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
When Akisa was here, she told us that one of the things that inspire her are stories of real life, and some of them she experiences and passionately expresses through her music. So it would be such an injustice for us to just talk on and on and on without letting her play the guitar that she's holding. Why did she carry it? She has to play it. So allow me, let her play the guitar that she brought along so that we get to enjoy her talents. Akisa, take us
away. This is my first song based on true story, and it's my original piece. I wrote it and I felt everything I wrote.
Right.
So here is it, enjoy. You treated me better, you treated me better. Ingedwe manaringe ungo mitaro, piani miro femi nge ungo minero, abitimu, abitimu, abitimu. Entamita watching me. Dano Quato, Dano Logo, Dano Pinyang Jala. Ni make Gilogo man, ni make what Meno Quele. Yeah, anything we do, everything we do. Pero I take it we kulu. Anything we do, everything we do. Twero twinge. Anything we do, everything we do. Pero I take it we kulu. Anything we do, everything we do. Twero twinge. Mawani, 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 yeah. Piruate, piruate, Mawani, 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 yeah. Piruate, Mawani, Mawani. Mawani, 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 Peruate, Peruate. That's Mawani for you. And my second song was called Yomchinya. It means make me happy, and I make you happy too. Well, enjoy. Hinkai balupora ajulio jala aloro pedimor babali enjoka balupori fire fire. You don't give me time to do what I have to do. Beru chalu ipimu bala kila pim kilo. Pay mironi hotelu kat migi pay vura mala itiga dugo ya. Nenikin era chalu latin kala kala again. So yum chinya where yum chini baby nyutama so that I do the same to you yum chinya where yum chini baby nyutama so that I do the same to you. Can you do me like I do you? Can you do me like I do you? Can you do me like I do you? I'm only human, and I balu bene. Tera como jalbet kigen, I take again where go food I carry. Twin bero che, let it go away, catching para. Wang jiunte jiute, now my bino diru keli wa yomji. So when we wake up, we make up, we set to level up, no more break up. Yom chinya, where I yom chini, baby, nyutama, so that I do the same to you. Yom chinya, where I yom chini, baby, nyutama, so that I do you, and I do, so that I do. Well, that's Yom Chinya for you. And then this next song, it's called Wakanyuti. It's my latest release. It's the one I've come to premiere. It's called Wakanyuti. It's like, in English, it's let me show you what I've come with. So yeah, that's it.
Borujara, no itero kagamo motara, goya matai kivunyuni, chalingi pekwere, wacha kay maro kompa mononi, piano juru makanyi pemate. So let us go to the club and have some fun. Now I'm in the club, I'm sipping some Hennessy, but I can take my eyes off you. Nung chawa, doni adama. Wearing any amoro tama, me teri lelo higanga, koni nung kut kore, you show me in my bedroom, in my bed, let's have a little chat, yeah, in my bedroom, in my bed, so bin ba, where are you ting on my bin okay there? Why did a chalk boy? Where are you ting on my bin okay there? On my bin okay there. Where are you ting on my bin okay there? On my bin okay there. Where are you ting on my bin okay there? Tina biko you do biko ayululu. I'm speaking in tongues, she bo, you're my boo. I'm that girl from the north, yeah. Beat is on my beat. And then you change a borujara, no icharo kagamo motara. Goya matai kivunyuni, chalingi pekwere. Wacha kay maro kompa mononi, piano juru makanyi pemate. So let us go to the club and have some fun. Now in the club, I'm sipping some Hennessy, but I can take my eyes off you. No chawa, doni adama, wearing any amorotama, miteri hello.
Hariho abaharaba saidi zambarara. Abobo ngwe mifarisone yo kwanika. Ngate waliwo aba bawala bo mu kibuga bo. Kanesirikire. So I'm moving faith, hoping that you will not let me down. Ndakukunda. Ijahanuya. Kahiriwe. Nkutejerize. Ngwiniro rushisho. Ndakukunda. Ijahanuya. Kansime wanje. Nkutejerize. Ngwiniro rushisho. Ndakukunda. Wanyabwa minogera wanyabwa katika kashkari napata nyowe kakukunda na mara okamunerera pesi ebyorakora bine klasi na testi African princess dino ndijo mu east na west so don't lose your faith I promise I will not let you down nakukunda Ijahanuya Anna wanje Kutejerize Kwiniro rushusho Nanye ndakukunda Ijahanuya Kahiriwe Kutejerize.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. That is Kahiri and Ankansime together on a brand new song that he's about to talk about and tell us about the story behind the song. He's here with us. He has his acoustic with him. And Kahiri is someone actually who's under Kwela Band. So you believe, when I say Kwela Band, you must believe that it's talent 411. Good morning, Kahiri.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? It's such a pleasure to be here.
I know. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
How is Kwela Band?
We're doing good. We just got back into a new season of performing, so which is really exciting.
Yes.
Really nice. Yeah.
I noticed you actually now call it the new Kwela.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that you know, some people have changed.
Yes.
We're coming with a fresh vibe. So, I mean, our theme has always been Afrofusion.
Yes.
But then we're bringing in a fresh vibe to it. Yeah. So it's kind of new. Because some of the faces that were familiar before may not be there, and then there'll be some very
New
nice,
faces.
fresh,
Talent.
like you've just seen Akisa, who's been performing, so who's now part of us also. So we have, it's a fresh new vibe, that we're coming up with. Yeah.
So let's talk about this particular one with Anne Kansime.
Yeah.
What's the story behind this song?
I
love the creativity of the video. I love the story being told.
Thank
I
you.
love the depth of the message and the lyrical content.
Thank you.
But what inspires all of this?
What inspires all of this? Kansime and I, we've been friends for a very long time. And when I first got to know her as a comedian, I didn't know she could sing.
True.
When I discovered she could, when she did that EP of hers with Kigezi song on it, I listened, I was like, this is you. So I said, oh man, you know nothing yet, you know. So as I discovered, I said, I really like what you're doing, because she does that same Afrofusion feel that I do. I said, I like what you're doing. And she said, yeah, I love what you do as well. And I said, well, we should hit the studio one day, you know. So it was this one day, she had just come back, I think, from Nairobi. She called me up and said, what are you doing tomorrow? Can we just sit down and work out something? I told her, you know what, even better, I have a studio session tomorrow. How about you show up and we create something? Which she said, okay, send me something to think about. So I just played, and like just that. That's all I sent her. So she was like, I like the vibe. I think I can vibe with this, I can vibe with this. So then she came to the studio. We started laying down the beats, you know, and then as we were laying down the beats, she was already like writing. So as she wrote, then she was like, you know, the feeling that's coming is like you're dating this hotshot guy who's going out into the city. You're like, oh my God, you're going to be meeting all these babes, town girls, what. Am I safe, you know? And then, so now, then it was now up to me to respond to that. So my response was reassurance of, you know, but we are just like, man, listen, don't worry, like we got this, you know.
Right, and that's how the inspiration brought something
that's how the
beautiful.
song came out, yeah.
Please just tell us where we can find it, how we can find the song, so that we get to play it as we begin to close this. So you can find Kahiri Music on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, Kahiri, Kahiri Music. You will find that song there. It will be I think it will be my last upload that I did on YouTube. Right.
You can also find it on Kansime Ann's channel.
Yes.
So we uploaded it on both sides.
And just for clarity, what's the title of the song?
The song is called Ndakukunda. Yeah.
All right.
You can also find it on all platforms. You know, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, whichever online platform you're on, it will possibly be there.
Right, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That is Kahiri for you. And how about you just start sampling us as we get into the video of this particular one, this beautiful song by Kahiri and Anne Kansime, Ndakukunda.
Okay, I'll sing for you the Chiga what goes like.
Yes.
Wanyabwa minogera wanyabwa kachiko kaskari napata yovenka kukunda namara okambonerera fesi oriolakora vine klasi na testi African princess tino ndijo east na west, so don't lose your faith. I promise I will not let you down. Ndakukunda Jahanuya Kutejerize Kwiniro Rishisha Ndakukunda. Yeah, that's it. Jahanuya Ana wanje Kutejerize Kwiniro Rishisha Nakukunda.
Hey, Kahiri for you. I've been trying to be the Ann Kansime here, but of course you cannot reach some heights, but I've tried.
Oh
right?
yeah, no, you're doing a good job. Hey. And you're ditched.
That's a brand new one released about a month ago, and you can get to enjoy it on all streaming platforms like he has mentioned, as well as his YouTube channel, Kahiri Music, and Ann Kansime's channel. It's already uploaded there, so go enjoy the song and just like, and make it spread the more, because it's a beautiful soul song with traditional experiences that take you back to your culture as a Ugandan, especially if you are from the West. Thank you so much, Kahiri.
Thank you as well.
And thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you very much. Thanks for putting our work out there, for having us here, for showing people what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are doing an amazing job.
All right, as we begin to close this, join us for an unforgettable evening at Medotex Americana, bringing you a fusion of culture and luxury to the heart of Kampala. Venue will be the new Club Obligato Bombo Road, Wandagea, and it will be on the 27th of June, which is today, and doors open at 7 p.m. Experience the rich tapestry of Ugandan culture blended with modern elegance, and the night will feature electrifying performances by Medotex Africana, Simba Jaik, Fact Zamani, Sa Chisoro, and Kajara Boy. Entrance is 10K, 20K VIP, so that's plot for you. Go have some fun tonight as you usher into the weekend. For now, catch you next weekend. Ndagukunda.
Okay, I want to leave you guys with one more song before I go. So this is the song that I did just before that. It's called Chakwera, and it goes something. Chakwera wanje, Chakwera wanje, Chakwera wanje. So Chakwera is like a beautiful lady, very stubborn but very cute, and just the kind of girl you always want around you. So yeah. Oh, you are my bestie Chakwera, you are my African Cinderella. All the boys wanna test you Chakwera, but you don't have eyes for any other fella. I know when you teka, oguni first class nyowenga teba, udio wana chireba. Inekutwara Chakwera mawe Chakwera wanje, undechere Chakwera wanje, umawe Chakwera wanje, undechere kademu kanje, umawe Chakwera wanje, undechere Chakwera wanje. Orkom chifuchi, ozam tagati, tugraba dagati, mapoze gahati, ogok banza juice, genoga kashatu, esapu nefeza kuja kamatu. I wanna be your lover forever. If yuksana zana kabieva, kutasit zarabana together. I wanna be the spider keawe Chakwera mawe, Chakwera wanje, munde jere Chakwera wanje, oma we Chakwera wanje. Munde jere Chakwera wanje, oguni fiti na fit, taine wako na wo, oguni fiti na fit, taine wako na wo, oguni chicken soup, tumunye hati na hat, tumunye hati na hat, tumunye na hat, Oma Chakwera wanje, Oma Chakwera wanje, Oma Chakwera wanje.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by.
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo,
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Okwongera okuyiga ebikwata ku musolo n'okubisembereza abagusasula. Bannayuganda bangi